Hey, what's up, guys? Little man with a big opinion here. So, been watching the news a bit. Uh, Went out of town, hung out with some friends, and did quite a bit of fishing, which surprised me a little bit with this group, if I'm being honest. Uh, had some nice, deep, philosophical discussions, and I would say the weekend was a success because some lifelong friends of mine have gotten a little bit more into prepping. Uh, so that's one of the stories I got for you. A little side note is Walmart and other big box stores are getting ready for spring and summer, so they're putting a lot more, you know, water related products out, swimsuits, pool stuff, there's things like that. And most of the time, where that stuff goes in the store is in the hunting and fishing section. So I've seen quite a bit in the last, few weeks of, camping stuff going on sale because they're getting ready to, take it off the shelf and make more room for pool noodles and, uh, you know, watercraft pool stuff, different things like that. So if you haven't noticed those things going on sale, maybe you should stop into your local big box store and pick up, some of those items. I know I got a backpack for about 60% off, and it was a 40 liter pack. Not the greatest quality, but it wasn't complete crap. And so I was perfectly fine spending the $23 on it when it's normally $59.99, and it's turning into a get home bag for my car. I also picked up two of these older Mountain House meals at a garage sale. One's beef stew and the other one's chili mac with beef. Uh, they still have the same amount of calories as the Mountain House meals that are on the shelves today. But I got them for $2 a piece at a garage sale. And I know they haven't done this design for quite a few years. Uh, but I'll add it to the rest of my freeze-dried food. And, you know, we're still waiting for that what if scenario to happen. So even though Mountain House meals are stored in a pretty hefty Mylar bag, I have a ton of these 5 gallon cat litter buckets. I do rinse them out, and this one is probably going to be full after I add these two meals to it. What I have found is these buckets will hold roughly a week's worth of Mountain House meal for 2 people. And I kind of do a nice little mix. So I added those two. I've got some Ready Wise veggie chili. I've got biscuits and gravy, beef stroganoff. I put a couple of desserts in here. I've got this giant, spaghetti with meatballs. This is a 4-person meal right here. So there's quite a bit of variety in that container. Closes up, and it gives me a reusable option for these cat litter containers. It makes me feel really good that there are more podcasts out there that are, talking about problems going on in the world. I really think they should have a really good prepping channel. Go on there and have a nice, long, real discussion with them. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm quite at that size where someone's going to be asking my prepping opinion, but it could happen. It'd be kind of cool. And so I picked up more stuff. You know, I'm adding it little by little. If I would have added those 2 freeze-dried meals in today's market, it'd have been like $22. So I got it at a very nice discount. I was upset that the guy said that someone about 45 minutes before I got there bought like 20 of them from him back when he was really involved in camping. That was the food that he picked up to go camping with, and he just kind of got tired of it, and he held on to them because he knew they lasted a really, really long time, and I missed out on that. So if the guy in front of me was a prepper that got a hold of all of those meals, good on you. Uh, it is warming up more, so I think there's going to be more garage sales out there. I know I'm going to be hitting them up. And if I find things that pertain to prepping, then I will add it to my prepping stockpile. The office is getting a little messy. And I'm also working on this camping container that I've got down here. That'll be in conjunction with my bug out bag. This is more camping stuff that just stays in the car. It's useful to have. Super cheap mess kit, and it has all the necessities that I need. So, bowl, plate, knife, fork, spoon combo. I don't know what those are called. But this also doubles as a Tupperware container. So I can keep, you know, critters and different things out of it, hopefully. So, mess kit, it's a really big size mess kit, but it stays in this coat that will be staying in the car. I've eaten most of the food out of here because going to see my friends for spring break, I did some camping along the way, but a little bit what I have left, trail mix, peanut butter, and I'll have other things in here. You know, it's still a build, it's still a work in progress. Folding chair, it needs to stay in there, so I'm not always having to sit on the ground. Nice big old section of paracord. I think this was 200 foot at its start, and I used some of it for tie downs. I also have one clean pair of socks. I can take the trash out of here. I've got tent stakes in here. So it's a lifeguard bag. What I have inside of it is my own personal mask, one-way valve, and like 7 pairs of gloves. That way, you know, if I need to do anything, then I can, because I have the training for that. Big old nice thing of bug spray. I really don't like to go past 40% DEET. But I think 40 is a nice round amount for this. The tent's still in the back of the car. I took the clothes out. They're getting washed. I took my Nalgene bottle out, and then I just have a smart water bottle that I put a Sawyer Mini on top of. You know, the place that I went camping had a creek, and you know, I can fill the water bottle up, attach this to it, and just drink it straight from the water bottle. I looked at getting one of their gravity feeders. Oh, and that's, you know, I'm talking about everything in this video. They're selling 2 packs of Sawyer Minis at my local Walmart for $24. They're normally $40. You know, these are normally about $20 water filters for 100,000 gallons. Which I found it really, I don't know how these other companies stay in business. You know, the Life Straw is like 4,000 gallons. It's the same price as this for 100,000 gallons. My local Walmart started selling a Red Cross branded, FEMA approved, equivalent of this that's like $2 cheaper, and it only filters like 3 or 4 thousand gallons. I mean, that's a lot of gallons of water for the price, but you might as well spend the $2 extra for the $100,000 or 100,000 gallon that this guy will last. I will say what I have found is the rubber ring in here. You almost want to moisten it with good clean water before you start drinking out of this, because if you don't, uh, the seal can kind of be, cracked and busted, and you might start getting things that you don't want in your body. But this tote, it's a nice size tote. I don't even remember. I think it's an Academy tote. Sportsman trunk, 56 quart capacity, molded grooves. It's a solid enough tote to stand on. It's made by Plano. It's a good size. It's made in the U.S. I like that. And then you can put a rubber ring in here to make it a lot more water resistant. I don't have one. But as long as the lid stays on your camping stuff, it says keep your stuff pretty dry. And it has 4 different points that you could put 4 different locks on here if you wanted to. That way, if this is something that you're storing, in the back of a truck bed, people are less likely to take your stuff. It also has spots that you could tie it down to your vehicle to make it even harder for people to take your stuff. That's just me. So, me prepping, we're still doing the same old, same old. My car is having more and more things put inside of it so that if we need to jump in and dip out, then we have that ability. The wife's car has more room. She's not quite at the point where she wants me putting a bunch of prepping and camping stuff in it. But the thought process is we have several go bags stationed at the front door for, an easy grab and go scenario. Same thing with firearms in the front bedroom. That's the closest to the door I want them. I don't want them just sitting next to the door. And then all of my different water bottles. I've been keeping those topped off, and how I rotate the water is I'll drink out of a different water bottle, for that week, so the water stays rotated. But when it comes to Nalgene's or other 32-ounce bottles, I have too many to count. I mean, I have 2 within easy arm's reach of me here. I can see I've got one sitting over there. I've got one on top of the mini fridge. And so that right there, we got a gallon of water just sitting right here. In the prepping closet that has a bunch of other stuff in it, I've got 2 6-gallon water containers that I just recently topped off. So yeah, when I say a bunch of other stuff, there's a bunch of other stuff. But recently topped those off. The plan is to fill up 2 of these shelves with those water containers. From what I can tell, I can fit 6 on each shelf. So that would be 36 gallons on each shelf, 72 gallons total, for a good bit of water to go around for the house, along with the 55-gallon drum outside that I have yet to make a rain catchment system for. And then I have 4 of those filled up, kind of half buried in the ground at our bug out location to stay cooler. And then I've been making more frequent trips out to the bug out location just to kind of get it more set up and livable. So that's my prepping update. Check out your Walmarts if they have deals in your location. If they do, buy the stuff when it's on sale. Things are warming up, so be on lookout for garage sales. Go to thrift stores, places like that. You never know what you're going to find. It's always going to be a hit or miss. But if you do find something, you're most definitely getting it at a discount from buying it brand new. Lastly, keep losing weight, keep working out. Whatever you set aside as your prepping budget, stick to that. And, happy hunting. I guess I should also say, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you enjoyed what I'm doing with the channel, then hit the subscribe button. And lastly, if you have a friend or family member that would benefit from these discussions, share this channel with them. With that, I'll catch you in the next one.